that autumn wind. Shout out to the Raiders, man, we about to win.
Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report. Let's answer some questions, shall we? Use hashtag Raiders to have your questions featured on the show. And when I read a question wrong, I drink, if I can open my beer. And when I say get a picture, y'all drink if you're over 21. Let's go to Jerome Gearhart. What up, fam? How many Chucky Heads for Jacobs reaching his 1,000-yard rushing mark this week against the Kansas City Chiefs? I'm so happy that YouTube let that one come through. I mean, come on. I want to see a whole bunch of JJs and a whole bunch of 4s in the comments section because Josh Jacobs is reaching 1,000 yards this week. I mean, he's already has 957, right? He's averaging 4.8 yards per carry. He's got 7 touchdowns. Don Reed, Thumper Wood, Chris Brown, Raider JG88 is typing 4s, typing JJs. Josh Jacobs is reaching 1,000 yards this week. I can guarantee you that. Let's go to the next question rolling in here from Cosmics Lopman. All right. In the offseason, we need to sign Byron Jones. He can play corner and safety. Tom goes, not safety. I'm going to trust Tom, who runs the Cowboy Show. Byron Jones, I don't know if that's the guy we want playing safety. Also, like Carl Joseph, he could potentially be coming back. Let's not forget about Jonathan Abram either. But you want to put Byron Jones at corner? That I would be okay with. Let's go to Van. What up, Van? What are you smelling in that picture? First pick in the 2020 defense. Will it be a defensive player or an offensive player? So in the 2020 draft, I think you mean. I personally think that the Oakland Raiders should go defense. I understand that we have a need at wide receiver, but the wide receiver class is very, very deep this year. So maybe, I don't think we're going to get a player like Jerry Jeudy. But maybe seeing a player like CeeDee Lamb fall a little bit. We'll see how it goes. But I would much rather this Raiders team go after defense. Jeff. What up, Jeff? How you been, man? Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. One of my most loyal watchers. Why don't we use Zay Jones more in the offense? Hold on. 2 reasons. 1, we didn't really need to. Because he's a little bit inconsistent at times. And I need a more consistent Zay Jones. But now he's going to get more playing time, Jeff. So you just hang tight there, my man. Because now that Hunter Renfrow went down, you're going to see Jay get a little bit more time. Now, I want you guys to use hashtag Raiders on the show to get your comments and questions here live on the show. Like Raider Nation Trich did. Don't know if that's right. Get a picture, take a drink. Who and what position should the Raiders pick first? So you can always think about cornerback or safety, right? That's why I like Isaiah Simmons so much. The only issue is Paul Guenther has said multiple times that he doesn't really value the linebacking position. Now, that could change with some other players, but it wouldn't surprise me if we went another edge rusher. It also wouldn't surprise me if we went, wide receiver. But if you guys want to let me know what in the comments, what position you guys want, throw it in there. Somebody said punter. No. Let's go to Rammy. What up, Rammy? What do you think our record will be this season and next season as of right now? I'll go 9-7 right now. I'm a little bit worried about the Chiefs game, I'll be honest with you. I think they stack up pretty well against us. I'm also worried about the Titans game because the Titans have been playing unbelievable football. I think we take care of business against the Jags. I think we take care of business against the Broncos and Chargers. But if we can beat the Titans or the Chiefs, I think then we go 10-6. But after what I just saw last week, if they play that way, we're going to go 6-10. Let's go to Kyler Crawford, who needs to get an avatar. Will Maxx Crosby get 10-plus sacks this year? Well, right now, he's got 7.5 sacks, so all he needs is 2.5. So if you guys think that Maxx Crosby is getting 10 sacks, I want to see some 10s in the comment section below if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this on Facebook, I do think that Maxx Crosby gets to 10. Heck, he should be at 8-5 if it wasn't for a horrible, horrible call against Maurice Hurst. Maxx Crosby would be at 8.5. So Jeff Rogers says 10. Raider_J says 10. JJ Sporty says 10. Jerome Gearhart says 10. Yeah, Maxx Crosby, he's getting 10 sacks. Let's go to Blake. Mad Max makes the Pro Bowl this year. How many Chucky Heads? All right, I misread that, so hang on. How many Chucky Heads would you guys give this? I'm going to give it 3. I'm going to give it 3 because he's at 7.5 sacks. And if you guys go vote right now, there is no other team I think in the maybe the Cowboys, because we have a Cowboys channel here at Chat Sports, but there is no other team that gets covered like the Raiders, and there's no other team that has fans like Raider Nation. So go vote for Maxx Crosby, okay? Go vote for Maxx Crosby. Send me all your Pro Bowl links, because I've been voting for Max just about every single day, because my dude belongs at the Pro Bowl. So who wants a shout out? You want a shout out? I'm trying to get to 10K followers on IG, and once I get to 10K followers on IG, I'm going to give out a whole bunch of shirts from Raider Nation store. So if you want a shout out right now, so Silvers Brock is the last person to follow me on Instagram. I got Grazia followed me, somebody named Aaron, Hugo Chavez, Adrian B. So one thing that I'm going to do on today's show that I don't normally do, I'm going to FaceTime with somebody who randomly follows me on Instagram. So if you want to join the show live, we're going to FaceTime. Follow me on Instagram right now at MitchellRenz365. Let's now continue, though. The only way you're going to get on is if you're a subscriber. So I want to get to 35K subscribers before August. Oh, man. Before December 15th. I don't know why I said August. Before December 15th, I want to be able to go to Raiders versus Jags, and I'm currently at 32,755 subscribers. I got to get to 35, all right? Got to get to 35K subscribers, so make sure you guys subscribe. Let's go to JJ Sporty. What up, JJ? Derek Carr makes Pro Bowl. I would have said yes before the Jets game. I would probably say no. And the only reason why I would say no is because he's not putting up the stats that a lot of these other quarterbacks are putting up. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of people look at. They look at just the stats. They don't look at the fact that Derek didn't have his number one receiver in Antonio Brown. They don't look at all the injuries that the Raiders have sustained on the offensive side of the football. All they look at are stats. Let's go to Miklo, Mr. White Mexican. Either way, get a picture. Does Carr perform well the remaining season? Do we get a new quarterback next season? So let me just make this service announcement. I am so sick and tired of when people support Carr in Raiders wins and then rip him apart in Raiders losses. Like, it's just getting kind of old at this point. Derek has actually played pretty well this year. Derek has had to deal with a lot of turnover on the offensive side of the football. Heck, look at his his offensive line. That's changed a bunch. I mean, Darren Waller, who was he before the year started? A nobody. Hunter Renfrow was a rookie. Zay Jones has had to come over. Trevor Davis had to come to a new team. I mean, we have so many new pieces on this offense. Derek deserves a little bit more love. That's all I'm saying. I'll give a shout out to Smokey Craig, Dylan Wampler, and then Kent Wathery. Those are the last people that followed me on IG. You guys might be getting on the show here soon. Let's go to Diego. What up, Diego? This game is huge. I think if we lose, then we aren't making the playoffs. Speaking of playoffs, I mean, this is no doubt a big game, all right? I mean, I think if we lose this game, this puts us at 6-6. We still can make the playoffs. The reason why I say that is because the Browns, they're 5-6. The Steelers are 6-5, have a whole bunch of issues at quarterback. The Titans and the Colts, they play each other this week. So even if the Raiders do lose this game, we still can make the playoffs. And Extreme PC Character says, playoffs? Playoffs? And if you think the Raiders, though, are going to make the playoffs, go to BetDSI. Put your money where your mouth is. Chatsports.com/bet. Enter Zone says, playoffs? Yes, Enter Zone. Go to BetDSI if you think the Raiders are going to make the playoffs. And go to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code Raiders120 for 120% deposit bonus. BetDSI is the internet's #1 sports book, and I'm hooking you guys up with the best deal on the internet. You will not find a better deal out there. That one's for Chucky Heads. Believe it, baby. Continue to use hashtag Raiders. Get your questions here on the show. Let's go to Blake. I love DC. If you guys love DC, get some DCs in the comments. But do you think that the Raiders aim for Joe Burrow? Got to remember, I'm a big LSU fan as well. As a Raiders fan, the only way that you're getting Joe Burrow is if you trade up to #1. The Raiders aren't trading up to #1. And even if, let's say, Joe Burrow doesn't go 1, you got to trade up into the top 5. That ain't happening. As much as I think the Bears are horrible, they're not going to be, I think, in the top 10 picks. So what we would have to give up would be ridiculous, and I don't want Joe Burrow if it means giving up all those picks. Let's go to Johnny Felix. Do you think we are going to draft Henry Ruggs? So Henry Ruggs is another wide receiver that I've been hearing a lot about, right? So you got Jerry Jeudy, you got Ruggs, and then you got CeeDee Lamb. I think right now those are the clear-cut 3 wide receivers. Would you say so, Tom? Henry Ruggs, CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, top 3 wide receivers in this year's class. Okay, so Tom's giving me the okay. I like Henry Ruggs a lot, and one of the reasons why I said earlier in the show I would be okay with the Raiders taking a defensive player first is because of the wide receiver depth, because then you could potentially get a wide receiver like Henry Ruggs with your second first-round pick. But Johnny, I appreciate the question. Now, I consider myself pretty good at the NFL draft, but I'm nothing compared to Tom, so go give Tom a follow on Twitter at WhatGoingDowny. Now, who likes my t-shirts here? I think they're okay. Now, I got a special offer that I need you guys to pay attention to. So, Raider Nation Store, they hook us up here, and they hook up everyone that watches the show. So, you can get this t-shirt, okay? I wear it all the time here. You can get this 60s patch, thanks to Raider Nation Store, and you can also get this t-shirt for a limited time only. You can get the 2 t-shirts and the patch, and when you use promo code Mitch20, you can get it for less than $40. Less than $40, and shipping will be free. So go to RaiderNationStore.net, and if you pick out both of those shirts and the Raiders patch and use that promo code Mitch20, you can get all 3 of those items for less than $40. It's a pretty awesome holiday deal. That one's for Chucky Heads. Looks like we got a super chat. 4 super chats from Jack Bishop. Wow. All right, Jack, getting your money's worth. I appreciate you. Does Carr actually switch on this week? Hashtag believe. I hope so, man. I think that he's going to end up playing, I think, a lot better than what people are going to give him credit for. One of the biggest reasons, the Chiefs' defense is ranked, I believe, 30th in the NFL right now. So, not so good. Let's go to your next super chat. Does Key get re-signed? Just curious. Shout out, Mitch. I am not sure what they're going to do with Arden Key. He is a very talented player. But if there is one thing that I've learned from Jon Gruden, Mike Mayock, and this regime, talent is good, but they're going to take players that give it their all and ball out, like a Maxx Crosby, every single day of the week. Another super chat from Jack. Today's show is brought to you by Jack Bishop. What's your honest game score this week? Honest. So last time the Raiders played the Chiefs, it was 28-10. Oh, man. I'm always going to pick the Raiders. So, whether you guys like me for that or not, I'm going to pick the Raiders on this. How about this, all right? We're going to go this route. I'm going to go with 31-28, Oakland Raiders win. That's what I'm going to go with. let's go with Jack again, one more time. Dead set, leave you're not a Raider if you continuously question Carr. It's sickening. We're going 6-5, which is already better than last season. Like, grow up. I think that's a very good point, Jack. The fact that this is a Raiders, if I would have told you guys that this team would be 6-5 right now and have gone through the Antonio Brown drama, all the injuries, a Vontaze Burfict suspension, you guys would have laughed at me. This is a very, very well-coached team. It's a young team, but bright things are coming. Let's go to another Jack Bishop super chat. Jack, cheers to you. I believe in Carr, but will we do a Mahomes type thing with quarterback Sam Ehlinger in the 3rd round, maybe sit behind Carr for a year or 2. I think Sam Ehlinger is a good college football quarterback. I also think he's a good football player. Like, I don't know a lot about Sam Ehlinger, but when I hear people talk about him, I think it's a lot of kind of like Tim Tebow. Okay, perfect. That's what I was going to go with. A player who's going to win in college, but I don't know if he can really get it done in the NFL. I appreciate all the super chats, Jack. Much love to you, my man. So, it's Thanksgiving, and I love Thanksgiving very much. I love absolutely chowing down on some food. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not going to get to go home for Thanksgiving because instead of going home for Thanksgiving, I'm going to make videos here for all y'all. So, all I want you guys to do is include me in your Thanksgiving. So, tag me on Instagram at MitchellRenz365. You guys sitting down with your families, because the one thing that I love about the nation is that we're not just a fan base, we're a big family. So tag me on Instagram at MitchellRenz365. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.